Back with another episode of Local Roots. Hi, I'm Todd Studer. Today, we're going to take a deep look at something that affects every one of us who calls a small town, rural community, or tight-knit region home. That topic is the importance of doing your business and your shopping in your hometown. Now, not necessarily only in your hometown, because life makes that impossible, but weaving hometown spending into your larger shopping picture in a way that strengthens local businesses, supports the families behind them, and builds a healthier community for all of us. A lot of this information you will have heard before, but hopefully you'll hear it in a new way, and some will be brand new. You know, this episode goes beyond slogans, and you hear me talking all the time about shopping small, shopping local, and shopping in person, and we're not just talking about that in a general way. We're going to talk about the mechanics of it, the economics of it, and the social impact of it, the long-term consequences when your local businesses thrive or struggle. This is a conversation about identity, stability, growth, and the strength of the towns we are proud to live in. So let's settle in, talk a little bit about what it truly means to support your hometown and why that support matters more than people realize. One of those businesses is Brewed Awakening in Avoca. Open Monday through Saturday, always serving something fresh. Enjoy bagels every day, weekly specials that you're not going to find on the menu, and warm seasonal soups every Tuesday and Wednesday. On Wednesdays and Thursdays, grab a hot breakfast sandwich and treat yourself to something sweet every Friday. And if you're hosting a meeting or a gathering, Brewed Awakening has a private room that's ready for your group, and it's even free if you don't need it all to yourself. Stop in for great coffee, good food, and a friendly hometown atmosphere at Brewed Awakening in Avoca. If you're looking to buy or sell your home in Southwest Iowa, Blake Hunter is your trusted realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. He knows the local market and is dedicated to helping you find the perfect place to call home. Are you a first-time buyer, upgrading, ready to sell? Blake is here to guide you every step of the way. Visit his website, blakehunter.homes. Start hunting for your dream home with confidence. And Local Roots brought to you by Dave Lawrence. He is your Edward Jones financial advisor. Learn how he can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com for more. Edward Jones, member SIPC. All right, let's talk about the reality of small town economics. Most of us understand the basic idea that local purchasing supports local businesses, but many do not fully understand the scale of the impact, especially in rural areas. In a metropolitan area, a business closing often barely makes a ripple, but in a small town, one loss affects everything. It affects the tax base, the foot traffic on Main Street, the visibility of downtown, the sponsorships available for school activities, and the social fabric of the community. When you spend $100 at a locally owned business, a significant percentage of that money stays in the community. In fact, it's been shown that as much as 68%. Studies vary by region, but the most common numbers show $60 to $70 out of that 100 remain in the local economy. That money pays wages. It pays for local accounting services. It pays the electrician who repairs the lights. It pays the building owner. It's used to sponsor youth sports teams. It supports the 4th of July celebration, donate to school fundraisers, and keep storefronts filled. When that same $100 is spent online, very little of it comes back. Most of it leaves the community immediately. You may enjoy the convenience, and online shopping does play a role in modern life, but the trade-off is that your hometown loses economic strength. The key point is not to avoid online shopping entirely. That's unrealistic. But intentionally making local businesses a deliberate part of your yearly spending, that changes everything. Local shopping does not have to be exclusive. It just needs to be included. So, why do small businesses matter more in small communities? Because in rural areas, small businesses wear many hats that go far beyond what people see on the surface. They do not simply open their doors and wait for customers. They are a part of the community's infrastructure. The owner of the hardware store, he might also be coaching Little League. The owner of the flower shop might be serving on the local chamber board. The owner of the new cafe might donate food to the school fundraiser. The salon owner might sponsor the homecoming parade. The coffee shop might provide space for study groups or club meetings. These connections are woven into the daily life of the town. When these businesses thrive, the community has more activity, more pride, and more opportunities. When they struggle, the whole community feels it. The loss of a business in a rural community is not simply an economic loss, it's an emotional loss. And it's a cultural loss. It is a loss of what makes that town unique. Supporting local businesses protects that identity. And another reason to do business in your hometown is the personal relationships you build with the people that work there. In a small town, when you shop locally, people recognize you. They know your name. They know your family. They remember when your daughter graduated and they ask about your son's ball game. They know the brand of coffee you prefer without you saying a word. These relationships help create a sense of belonging, and belonging is one of the most important elements of community health. People who feel connected to their town tend to stay. They tend to invest in their homes. They volunteer more often. They support local events. They care about the school district, and they encourage others to participate. A strong town is built on relationships. Local businesses are often the nodes that hold those relationships together. So, local businesses can also be very key in employing local people. They provide jobs for students, retirees, part-time workers, tradespeople, and professionals. The wages paid out by local businesses circulate through the community at a higher rate than wages paid by national companies. Think of all the people who work in local restaurants, salons, construction firms, pharmacies, small retail shops, gymnasiums, and service companies. These are your neighbors. They are people raising families, saving for college, buying groceries, paying their mortgages, and putting gas in their cars. When their employers thrive, these workers have stable income. When the employers struggle, workers feel that impact immediately. Doing business locally helps preserve jobs. It helps keep young people in the area. It gives family stability, and it encourages future generations to build their lives here. Big companies, they're not attending the local school board meetings. They're not checking storm damage at the park after a tornado. They're not supporting the local food pantry. The big national companies are not hosting community events. They don't show up at the county fair with a booth and help decorate Main Street for Christmas. Local businesses do all of those things. They do them willingly and often without recognition. They invest their time, energy, and resources into making the community better because the community is their home too. Shopping locally helps ensure those contributions continue. When you support a business that supports your town, the community becomes stronger. So let's look at the ripple effect of one simple purchase. You walk into a local clothing store and a boutique and you spend $60. The owner uses part of that money to restock inventory. The supplier, often a regional business, pays their employees. The boutique owner deposits her earnings at the local bank, and the bank lends money to a local farmer. The farmer buys parts from a local mechanic. The mechanic buys lunch at a local cafe, and the cafe hires an additional weekend worker. That worker buys groceries at the local store. Do you see? Your $60 touched multiple businesses and multiple families. If you bought that same item online, that chain stops immediately. This is why every local purchase matters. This is why mixing local spending into your larger plan makes a measurable difference. This is a critical concept. When small businesses succeed, towns flourish. When small businesses struggle, towns decline. Healthy businesses create active main streets, increased public safety, better schools through sponsorships, stronger social bonds, higher property values, more community events, greater civic participation, enhanced pride and identity, opportunities for new businesses, even a sense of optimism for the future. If you want your town to thrive, one of the most direct and immediate ways is by doing more business locally. Again, this does not mean all business must be done locally. It means being intentional about including your hometown in your shopping patterns. Here are realistic, simple ways to make your local shopping part of your broader picture. So split your spending. If you shop online or in larger cities, simply decide that a portion of your yearly spending will stay local. For many people, even 10 to 20% can make a noticeable difference in the community. Also, buy local first. When possible, check locally for the item before buying online. You might be surprised how many businesses are carrying what you need. Also, use local service providers. Who are we talking about? Contractors, plumbers, HVAC companies, accountants, mechanics, landscapers, insurance agents, cleaners, all benefit enormously from hometown business. Also, buy gift cards. If you want to support local shops without needing something immediately, a gift card is a perfect way to invest in that business. And recommend local businesses. Word of mouth is powerful in small towns. A single recommendation can bring in 5 new customers. And here's something that is dear to my heart. Share their posts online. Engagement on social media is going to help them reach even more local customers. That algorithm is there for a reason. And when you click share and you click like and you make comments, all of that helps to spread their word more organically. And it's something that you can do that is completely free. Also, attend local events. Go to the markets, the vendor fairs, the Main Street festivals, the community fundraisers. They all benefit local businesses. And take some time to get to know the owners. When you build a personal connection, you become more likely to support them, and they become more invested in the community. And here's something else. Hometown shopping is about community survival. Many small towns across the country have lost their main streets. They have empty buildings. They have declining populations. They have fewer services. They have less activity. They have lost their identity. Southwest Iowa, while is robust, is not immune to these challenges. We are still in a position where we can protect what we have and build for the future. Local businesses are the backbone of that effort. When we support them, we preserve the life of our towns. When we overlook them, we weaken the foundations that keep our community strong. The choice is ours. So, here is the most important message of this episode. Local shopping does not have to be everything. It simply needs to be something. You do not need to stop going to the big box stores. You don't need to stop shopping online. You don't need to change your entire lifestyle. You simply need to include your hometown in your spending plan. A few purchases a month, a few services hired locally, a few gifts bought downtown, a few meals enjoyed at local restaurants. These small decisions add up. They add up in ways that keep businesses open, help families thrive, and create a future our children will want to be a part of. Your hometown, it's worth investing in. Your community is worth supporting. Your local businesses are worth your time and your consideration. When you choose to shop locally, even in small ways, you are not just buying a product, you are strengthening the identity of your community. You are supporting the people who support you. You are preserving the culture of the place you call home. You're helping build a stronger Southwest Iowa. Castle & Associates of American Family Insurance, they are your local insurance provider for all of your home, auto, life, business, and farm insurance needs with 4 convenient locations. They're in Trainer, they're in Council Bluffs, and they're also in Nebraska, in Bellevue and Elkhorn, which means they are local and in your neighborhood, ready to help you navigate the complexities of insurance today. Travis and his team will educate, advise, and simplify insurance, all to protect those things you cherish most. Give them a call for your free quote. And another one of those businesses that needs your support is the Unique Boutique Iowa. They're in Neola at 101 4th Street, your destination for trendy clothing, accessories, and distinctive gifts. Jamie Bush owns and styles the Unique Boutique Iowa. She's a Neola mom, and she's a former educator. Unique Boutique Iowa brings a homegrown passion for quality and community to every piece. She's open on Saturdays 10 to 2, Sundays 11 to 3, always online at shopubiowa.com. Browse new arrivals, graphic tees, denim, and seasonal pieces that are perfect for any occasion. Unique Boutique Iowa, distinctive styles, heartfelt service, right in Neola. It's Christmas season. You're going to be out shopping. Make sure that you include your hometown and some of the other communities around Southwest Iowa as part of your shopping plan. It is going to keep everything robust, keeps things growing, and make sure that as neighbors, we are taking care of each other. So there are, as I said in the beginning, they're slogans, but they're also important, that shop small, shop local, and shop in person. It's going to wrap up today's show. My name's Todd Studer. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.